Job done. It's finished at St James's Park in the FA Cup third round tonight. My club, Newcastle United 4, Rochdale 1 of League 1. They are now out of the FA Cup and we have qualified for the fourth round next weekend at home against another League 1 opposition in Oxford United next Saturday. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff and I have to say that was quite a straightforward game. It should have been a straightforward game. You know, we're at home in a replay against a League 1 side who, for me, played really well in the second half down at Scotland, like they did tonight. But the difference today was that we actually took our chances in the first half. We scored more than one goal and the job was already done just before half-time and Rochdale couldn't respond. Whereas down at Scotland, we only had the one goal up at half-time and Rochdale always had that chance to get back into it and obviously got the equaliser to have this game tonight. I said this game should never really have happened. We should have got the job done, but we got it done within the first half an hour and Rochdale, for me, just couldn't deal with our pressure. You can see the gulf in class between us in the Premier League and Rochdale of League 1. We were playing at like 70 to 80 mile an hour, whereas Rochdale just didn't get started really, and they couldn't deal with our possession of the ball. They couldn't deal with our counter-attacks, and we were punishing them time and time again, and it was getting to the point where we were 3-0 up after, 26 minutes. I was thinking at half-time this could be 4, 5, 6, and something we should have been doing down at Scotland, but going into the match, Steve Bruce did field a relatively good side, but in goal featured Carl Darlow. I was expecting Dubravka, to be fair, but then Carl Darlow I was expecting down at Scotland, but he did obviously come on in place of Dubravka for this game, and he did actually play quite well tonight after giving me his credit. Thinking that he was off this January because there was talk of Aston Villa being linked with him before they got Pepe Reina. However, going into the match, we've seen the likes of the Longstaffs. Matt Ritchie was back into the side after featuring against Rochdale. Joe Linton obviously started. So it was a relatively good side. Jamal Lascelles came back in as well. So Rochdale, for me, it looked pretty much dead and buried for them, looking at that starting 11 for us. But the real warning signs were there for Rochdale, I would say, because we were going for it. We were attacking in the first half at the Leazers. Matt Ritchie got started where he tried to cross the ball in and Rochdale put it in their own net after 17 minutes beyond the keeper. A bit of miscommunication there, I would say, but our pressure really did pay dividends. Really, we should have took the lead with Almiron, but the warning signs were there, but they did obviously concede their own goal. And then 2 minutes later, Matty Longstaff gets his goal as well from the left-hand side of the Leazers, where Matt Ritchie crosses the ball in and he manages to take a touch, he spins and he hits it beyond the goalkeeper. 2-0 to the TOON, and we'll have one step in the fourth round of the FA Cup, and Rochdale, for me, just didn't look like they were getting anywhere near the shots, and the keeper, for me, was having a bit of a nightmare. And talking of a nightmare, on 26 minutes, we did score our third goal, where there was a bit of communication at the back, miscommunication there, and Rochdale were bait to pay. The centre-backs were passing it back to the keeper. The keeper then passed it straight to Miguel Almiron. What on earth was he doing? And Miguel Almiron had the freedom of the Leazers and he made a 3-0 to the TOON, and that was pretty much game over there for Rochdale. Any hope that they had of causing an upset was done after 26 minutes. And then just going into half-time, we could have got 4, 5 or 6. I mean, that's where it was going. Rochdale were all over the place, and like I say, you could see the gulf in class between, Rochdale of League 1 and us in the Premier League, and for me, we just had to get the job done, in the space of half an hour, because for me, we couldn't afford any sort of let's try a bit of pressure in the second half, or extra time or anything like that, or penalties, because we've got too many injuries, and we just need to get the job done. And I said in the preview that we didn't need this fixture, but anyway, second half, I thought it was very flat. I don't think we really got started. I think we were just thinking about the fourth round in Chelsea on the weekend. The job was pretty much done. Rochdale, could play at their pace. They did up their tempo, I would say, but they weren't really offering too much. Putting a few balls over the crossbar, that's about it. Joe Linton finally scored his second goal of the season, his first in the FA Cup. It was a well-worked finish, and fans were going there tonight hoping that Joe Linton would score, and he finally did. And it was great on the lad to get his goal. His first, obviously, of the new year, but he's obviously second of the season. One in the Premier League, one in the FA Cup. Can he kick on now in the game against Chelsea on Saturday? Who knows? But yes, I know it's against a League One side, albeit, but he's got his goal there. Also, Lascelles came off for Tom Allen. I thought he had a really good game tonight at the back, albeit we're 3-0 up and cruising. We're seeing some other players come on, like John Joe Shelby. just giving other players a rest really that we're going to need for Saturday. Almiron came off as well, so it was just sort of a case of like getting rid of some more better players and bringing in some players who needed games, who needed minutes as well. Rochdale obviously did score a consolation at the end, but the game was pretty much done. 4-1, and we're now through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. I absolutely love the FA Cup. I take it very, very seriously, and I'm glad that Steve Bruce is taking the competition very, very seriously. And there was a good, healthy crowd there the night as well. I think there was around about 29,000, which included 2,500 Rochdale fans. So congratulations to them for actually getting this replay on, for actually giving it a go down at Scotland. But it was a bit too much for them tonight. But fair play to them, for travelling up, because it is a long way to go, on a Tuesday night as well, especially when there's other commitments on for them. And it was good for the fans who travelled down, to the stadium, the Newcastle fans, who went to give us something to celebrate, give us something to shout about, going into the Oxford game in a week or so's time. And we've got a really good chance now to get to the fifth round. Not talking it up too much, but we've got a real opportunity. And my only criticism I'll say is we should really have went on that second half to probably score 5, 6, even 7 or 8. Rochdale were there for the taking, but they gave it a good shot in the second half, but they knew that the game was already up. And fair play to Steve Bruce, fair play to the lads, for getting the job done tonight, because this could have been a real banana skin for the lads, and they've managed to pass it with flying colours. So well done to each and every one of them. Matt Ritchie did go off halfway through the second half. I didn't tell you that, but he, for me, is my man of the match, just for setting up 2 of the goals. Obviously, one was the own goal, which they couldn't do with, and the second one for Matty Longstaff, and he is a pivotal player to our squad. And it's just a good all-round result. I know it's Rochdale, I know they're in League One, but it kind of reminds me of the Blackburn game last season, where we had the replay, and really we should have got the job done in the first actual original game. But there we go, 4-1 at St James's Park, and like I keep saying, job done. I will be back with the preview for the Chelsea game on Thursday, so stay tuned to the channel. If you haven't heard me before, please go along and subscribe, hit the thumbs up, put your comments in down below. Get in!